Yes, I know I was late. You can slap me on the hand. It was bad. It was a bad week. Bad, bad, bad week. That Nationals week into the home meet week. It's a recipe for disaster. Indoors, it's so governor can feel me on this on the indoor one because it's indoors home meet, and then outdoors it's indoor camp. I'm like, we control these things. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, can I pull like an athlete and like just grab my hammy and it just sits me
I
out for a
mean,
week?
the transition is unforgiving. It
It's not even
is,
thoughtful.
it
It's not
is,
that unforgiving.
there
That
is
means that you thought
no,
about it.
because especially if you have to host,
Yeah.
because good luck with officials, good luck with everything, in terms of game planning, in terms of, you know, organizing your visitors, all of that, putting together camps. Like and then you get done with it and you're like, oh, we need to submit our names for the next meet.
Yes. By 12 o'clock on Monday. Oh, we had our GA shaking at 11:30. He's like, "Oh, wait, stop talking. We gotta focus, you guys." He's like shaking, shaking. And I'm like, bro, shut up.
Oh man. Oh goodness.
Man, man, oh man. But it's always fun to have your home meet. It sucks putting the track back together, but it's great until that point.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I
Only
mean,
like Governor and us are Governor and I are the only Nimrods who schedule visits just after that. So no big deal. I go to the airport sweaty. I'm like, pardon me. I'm glad you want to come here. Thank you very much. Would
oh
like to be
man.
fed now. I'll feed you because I'm quite starving myself.
I mean,
Man,
why are we suckers for punishment like this? Why?
I don't know. We sign up for this.
We
And
just,
this is not complaining. This is us glory in what's it? Embracing the
Glorifying?
no,
Yes.
embracing
Mhm.
this grit that we have
Yes.
because we keep coming back. So it's a
What she
choice,
said.
obviously.
Yeah, what she said. Yeah. Yes, what
Anyhow,
she said.
I
I
mean, it
mean,
is crazy that we pretty much control our own calendar and still it looks like this.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I came back from Indoor Worlds. I'll be home for 4 days and then I'm going to Gainesville for a week for a training camp because yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
I mean, it's funny.
So
Like we all pretty much have we have influence on the control of our calendars and we do this to ourselves.
yeah. So
Meanwhile, the esteemed one in Gainesville will take 2 weeks off after indoors and say, you won't see me and you won't see this team until you're ready, until we're ready, right?
Yeah.
But we don't do that. No. Mm-mm. Not at all.
no, because he likes his life, the quality of life.
There's something to be learned there. I'm trying to figure out what that
Hmm.
is. Mm.
I mean,
Uh, have really good kids.
Hmm.
and staff.
And staff.
Have a
We're part of that.
phenomenal
We're
director of ops.
Oh,
we're
the
part
the
of that staff,
best. Huh?
right? We're part of that staff.
Yeah. Yeah, we
We
are.
are.
Aren't
We
we
are.
due for a staff meeting?
Yes,
I
that's
mean,
actually
we
a great
are.
idea. I'll put that
We
on the
are.
calendar. I'll put it on the calendar.
We
Just
will
wait
for
for
sure
your
have to
reminder.
record on a Wednesday for us to have one because Lord knows
Oh man.
he's a bowlaholic on Mondays and Tuesdays. So
Hmm.
Well, I mean, we need to Big Lebowski it up again.
yeah, I'm here
So,
for it.
but yes, Athletics LLC. We're here. We're doing it. We're excited. We actually got some like good stuff to talk about. So, where's my credential? How are you today? Is that in reference to your recent trip? Did you lose
It
your
is.
credential? Oh,
It
I was
is.
like, is that number
No,
one or
because
number two? Just kidding.
no. So what's even cooler, right, is the backside, right? But but what happens to you, and I know this has happened to both of you, is that you
I know,
have your
right?
credential on so much that at some point
The
in time
useless
you are
tag. Yep.
looking, yeah, at some point in time you're looking for it and it's around your neck. And you
Yes.
say, dude, where's my credential at? And then it like flops up against your belly or the wind blows it and it hits you in the face. You're like, oh, there it is.
Yep.
So that was what the joke of where's my credential is from. I had this thing on. One night in Poland, I woke up with it on. I was like, nah, we need to
That's
adjust.
that's next level exhaustion. That's
Yeah. Well,
you
you
know,
you guys have both been to World Athletics events, so you understand. We all coach in the only sport where they don't want coaches to coach,
right.
right? So after the warm up, it was 3 flights of stairs up, halfway around the stadium, out through a secret door, and then down to two sections, and then fight with humans who are sitting in the seats they're not supposed to sit in, just to coach for every event.
We're just making sure you're healthy so that you can stay
Sometimes
in the game long.
fun
for
times.
for every event. So
Hmm. And I just want you to remember, next time you sit in a seat that's not assigned to you, remember the triumph that you had to overcome to sit in the coach's box. Just remember that.
There's a
You
hidden
want people.
story there somewhere. I'm not
No,
really sure.
no. It's one of those things. I honestly, it's you know me. I'm a line follower, a rule
she's not a
follower,
she's a rule follower, not a line stepper, and she's
Hmm.
throwing
line
me under the
stepper.
bus
There you
for
go.
being a line stepper.
No, but point blank, period, right? Because track coaches, and I'm guilty of even saying this to some younger people. Just keep walking, and if they don't stop you, just keep going.
You can take the New Yorker out of New York. Okay.
You'll be proud of me. I did not jaywalk in Poland. And then I got to the hotel and I was talking to one of the little police people, and he was like, yeah, we put people in jail for that.
Oh,
So I was
there you
very
go.
proud of myself for like just randomly. I pulled up to the stop sign. Stop. Anyway, this is a random story. But then four of the people came up and they were all just standing there waiting. And I was like, I feel like I'm not supposed to walk. Like for real, I'm not supposed to. So I like, as hard as it was as a New Yorker to not just there's no cars coming, so you walk across
Just
the street.
Bogart, just
I was
go.
like, all right, I must stay here. And I waited and waited until a little green man popped up for us to walk. But it was hard. That's hard, man. You are hardwired in New York. You go when the cars aren't coming, right?
That's
Because
right.
it's Frogger. You grew up in New York City. In New York City, it is Frogger. You just avoid the
That's
cars.
funny.
All right. Anyway,
All right,
sorry. Hi,
so
I'm good.
good. Moving on. Governor, how are you?
I mean, I'm alive. I'm midway. It's midweek, isn't it?
It
Sort of.
is. Isn't that crazy? No, it's
Yeah.
Wednesday. It's officially.
Yeah.
We're balanced. This
Yeah.
is the
So
fastest week. This has been the fastest week.
yeah. Yeah. You
That's
know.
because you're too tired to breathe on Monday.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's been that kind of week where it's just like, Coach, what are we doing for practice? And I'm like, we're gonna compete on Friday and Saturday. So what are we doing for practice? Okay, we're gonna line up. Let's just go line up. I got nothing for you. But other than that, man, I mean, just trying to get a grip on things. I mean, of course, Texas Relays needs their entries. Like,
Yesterday or
yeah,
Monday, I mean,
yes, you
first
know,
only to get denied.
yeah.
Dude, I got in trouble because the Florida Relays entries closed while I was on the plane coming home from Poland.
You are kidding me.
Dead
Fired.
ass.
Fired.
And so of course, our guy, he's gonna get a shout out on the show right now. Our guy, Adrian Melendez, I call and he literally answers, we're closed.
I love it.
This is to
I
a meet
love
that
it.
my group
Uh,
was invited to.
Oh man.
I love
So,
it.
so I'm pleading my case, and I'm like, "Hey, I was on the plane." He's like, "That is a you problem." He goes, "You were
Exactly.
Because it
not
was
on the
open
plane
before
for the
that.
last 2 months." I was like,
Exactly.
So then I
That's what
just
my
said,
answer would have
"Okay,
been.
I will be honest. You usually does the entries, and she's not here.
Oh man.
I This is not what I do." He's like, "Only because I know that's true will I accept this."
That's funny.
Ooh,
You in
Adrian.
trouble?
Nah, I was good because all the high school coaches were killing him.
Okay.
Come on, it's Florida Relays. The high school coaches, they'd be calling 2 days after the fact trying to get a whole team in.
Oh man.
Oh,
Well,
Um, but
it's
yeah,
here. It's full on. We're in it now. So
yeah, yeah. So let's talk about some stuff. Let's talk about World Championships. That was fun.
yeah. Yep.
Well, so I want to ask, you guys weren't in the building, so you watched it, right? So like we have completely different perspectives on it. So I guess I'll ask the if it's okay if I steal your job for a sec, Big League, but I'll ask you two, like, what's the best thing you saw?
well, let me start. Hold on. I'm just going to say this part. My Eurovision wasn't even working. I had to read the results.
Oh no.
Eurovision was doing something weird on my phone, on my devices.
Wasn't
So
it
I
on
couldn't pull it
Peacock?
to me.
I was like, it was on Peacock.
It was on Peacock.
Well, I didn't have the login to Peacock
Oh,
because it was the paid Peacock, and that's a different login. My account is the free one because I don't even watch it. I have the paid one. So
huh,
yeah,
got
about
it.
that part. Sorry. So I watched the numbers. I didn't watch the events. So,
Got it. Kirk?
Governor,
Um, I mean, in terms of the two new superstars in the making in the sprints, that was quite interesting. Um, I pretty much thought that it was Juju's race to lose. Yeah. But that was exciting. The new sensations now, I guess you could call them in the long jump. Portugal is now stepped up to the mic and said, "Hey, all long jump medals go through us,
Male and female.
male and female." Um, yeah, the young phenom in the 800 winning, the youngest ever winner in the 800.
Listen,
Um,
listen, folks. Just
it's just ridiculous.
no, listen. He's not at the level of death and taxes yet, but I'm just gonna say this: for the next 10 years, as long as he stays healthy, every person who ever beats him should write. They should write things on that bib and save them because he's treating grown men like high
Yeah,
school kids.
yes.
One in his first full year as a pro.
Yep.
Like being in the building, I promise you, at no point in time was he concerned with losing that race.
I mean, he controlled it. There was
He
zero
controlled
doubt.
he controlled his semi with 3/4 of a lap to go. He looked behind him.
Oh wow.
I was like, oh, folks, this ain't supposed to be happening yet.
and then he gets the record for cheapest celebratory dinner.
Did he go to
He went to
McDonald's?
he went to McDonald's.
He went to McDonald's.
He said he got a Big Mac.
KST. Is that or is that not the way you celebrate a medal?
Yes. Yes. When he is in LA, he will find out. I mean, they've got to still be sponsors, right? They still
I
are, right?
mean, for LA, they got to come
Yeah.
back.
I
I
don't
got to
know.
believe it.
I mean,
I gotta
remember,
believe
well,
it.
not remember, we didn't have McDonald's in where were
In
we?
Paris?
Paris.
In Paris, of course not, because they think French food is good for everything.
Right. Right.
But we're going to be in America.
Yes.
McDonald's has to be coming back
See, this generation. So what was it in 2020? Was there one in the village there?
in 21 in Tokyo.
2021.
I honestly I don't know. That's one of the few, not a flex, games I was not at.
Man, I'm trying to.
We gotta ask we gotta ask Sir Lucius.
Yeah, because the Olympics is not the Olympics without that fruit hanging from the tree at the end. At the end of your journey to eat
The
the absolute
longest
worst
and most
food.
ballyhooed uh line during the
Yes,
Olympics
yes,
is the line to McDonald's and the gigantic list of who's who that's in it.
yes. And you re-engage with the beauty of the milkshake with the fried apple
French fries.
pie,
Oh.
the apple pie, the real McDonald's apple, the one
The fried.
that that one.
I mean, the yeah, the one where you're definitely you feel like you just ate lava. Yes, that one.
Yes, yeah.
I can't say that. I can't say
Oh,
that.
it's so good. It's so
It's only
good.
it's only our true fans who have been watching from the beginning will remember the governor, myself,
Yep.
and Denise Lewis celebrated my Olympic bronze medal with a gluttonous meal
Oh, oh
in the
man.
McDonald's in the village in
I
Sydney.
have a picture of it somewhere. I will find it and I will put it on
Post it.
display for the world to
An
see.
entire
Folks
tray
do
of
not
chicken nuggets.
understand. 4 years of sacrifice,
Ugh,
and there it is,
there it
right?
is.
Wreck your insides, everything, just
Oh,
one go.
100%. One
In
like
Par
inside ruined.
in Paris, that celebratory dinner was the Asian station. That's where
Okay.
Oh,
everybody went.
yes.
That's where
Yes, it
everybody
was.
went.
Oh man.
Especially because by that time in the Olympics, wasn't nobody eating nothing else anyway.
Yeah, no, no, it wasn't. That was
Oh,
it. That's where everybody went beeline to the back.
oh
Um,
man.
what I
So
was gonna
what was it
say,
for you? Where's my credential? What was the being there? What did you see? What were the sights and sounds? What was the venue like?
Okay, so let's start with the venue. The venue was absolutely positively amazing as a spectator. Terrible as a coach, but amazing as a spectator because it was very, very steep and very, very intimate, right? So like if you're standing in lane 6, you could probably reach out and touch like
Really?
fans, right? Not
Okay.
like, like they're not right there, but they're right there. So it was a very intimate setting. So of course, whenever it was loud, it was very, very loud.
Hmm.
And it was, the track is really fast and all that other stuff. It was awesome. And lots of good things have happened there already. So like, like the Polish people are really good fans. They showed up in full. There were Polish people, Polish athletes up for medals. So that was nuts.
Hmm.
Um, and so that part was really, really good. The best things I saw, I can't rate them, but I'll say the so I had a brief conversation with Cooper Lukenhouse and his dad
Hmm.
on Wednesday, and we were talking about like literally having been on the fan bus like right behind the driver, and so we joked about it. Like I saw him running his second high school race ever, right?
Hmm.
Watching this, I'm talking to him. He's the same kid that I met, you know, his freshman year of high school. Watching that same child dismantle grown men was amazing.
Mm.
Right? He didn't grow up between Wednesday and Saturday. So like it's the same kid. But between the lines, he's a grown up.
Wow.
Watching Simone Ehammer take down Ashton Eaton with third attempt clearance at 5'10", third attempt clearance at 5'20", was amazing. And then I guess lastly, I put a couple of these things in our Goon Squad group chat. When you watch someone nonchalantly make 625 in the pole vault,
Oof.
it, I know this is weird. It was actually more impressive than the world records because 625 is not an intermediate height. There's one human being that's ever jumped this high.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And he did something that we never really seen him do. Like he jumped 625, meets over, is like, cool. We have.
See you.
And I was just like, yo, this dude's like really not working at this. Like they're not pressing him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. There's games and gamesmanship being played, but those are for the other two medals.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And really it's for the third medal because honestly, one is way better than two. Two is way better than three. Right. That's kind of where we're at.
Right.
So I would say any one of those three they were takeaways for me. Like, yeah, I saw some stuff. I also joked with Devin Charlton. If I was a female hurdler, I would request to never be in the lane next to her because I'm 100% sure that she wrecks all race patterns immediately contiguous to her. Because, like, listen, the best race that we'll never see is the 30-meter dash between her and Christian Coleman.
Mm.
Because they got to be the two best starters to ever walk the planet.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's no diss to anybody else, and that's not revisionist history. I will be willing to bet you that the numbers bear it out. I mean, the female hurdlers can all start, and they're all really fast, and they're all really wired, and she treats them like children through the first two hurdles.
So, I mean, I'm actually going through some things here, and I honestly didn't know that Molly Caudry won the pole vault.
Yeah,
That happened.
yeah, and that competition was amazing.
Yeah.
Did you see who was second?
Yeah, Tina Suter.
Would you like to tell the world how old Tina Sucher is?
Oh my goodness gracious.
She's 38.
She's been around. Whoa.
She's 38.
Goodness gracious.
And here, that's a PB for Tina Suter, folks.
Man,
That's a PB.
phenomenal. So, men's long jump. I mean, what was this? Eighth place was 804.
Mm-hmm.
So we're seeing the bottom come up. That's
I was gonna say
fantastic.
it's what you guys been asking for.
It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And you got 846, 39, 31, 26. That's really good. I'm not mad at it at all.
And there's nothing tricked up about that runway.
No.
It's
Is
Mondo.
it on the ground? It's not
It's
hollowed
Mondo
out?
on top of cement. It's not hollowed out.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
That's
Yeah.
like again, it's in Poland. It's not very easy to get to. But I would say if I was an athlete on the circuit and there was a chance to compete at that venue, I probably would.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Thoughts on the women's hep? What happened there?
I was women's pen, but yes, I was just
Women's
gonna say
pen, sorry.
I just don't want to sound like a hater. One person is more talented than the rest
Mm-hmm.
and showed up not quite sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Another person showed up with all knives sharp and used them all
Yeah.
for the entire day. And
Because
what
it
it
took
came down, it
all
came
of them.
down to execution in the long jump,
Yes.
which was going to set the time differences in the 800.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And 621 to 652
Yeah.
produced literally
Enough of a cushion.
the gap between their PBs,
Oh, okay.
right? So then it was basically who's best against their personal bests in the 8.
Yeah.
And so it was, it was riveting. Like
Great theater, huh?
yeah. And I mean, again, it's not like they scored poorly, like 48-88 and 48-60. And like there were 3 women over 4,800. Like to me, like it was really good.
Okay. Men's.
Well, I will say this.
Mhm.
I don't know, year 1, maybe year 2, we talked about part of America's, secret sauce has always been that we're the most racially mixed uh, country on the planet, and we have all the genetic anomalies.
Mhm.
Well, I'm here to tell you, there are genetic anomalies on every single European team now.
This is true.
Did you guys see the women's 400?
Yes.
Yep, I'm going to say that again. A black woman from the Czech Republic won,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
There's a lot of that everywhere. And I'm not trying to say only black athletes are good, so please nobody come for me. I'm just saying
You're just
that
identifying.
there are genetic anomalies now in places where there used to not be,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And so the false advantage that we once had is now something we're going to have to start to work at, because we can't just show up and be like, yo, this is what we got, because other countries are working at winning medals. So I took note. I was paying attention.
Well, the size of the talent pool will always be a
Yes.
massive advantage.
Yes.
But
Unless Nigeria decides to bring
yeah,
everybody back.
right, right. But this is just the beginning,
Mhm.
because you're going to start to see the mixing and the mixing and the mix, and that's when you see,
Mhm.
I mean, the fact that, one of the best U20 triple jumpers in the world is mixed from Latvia.
Mhm.
I mean, talking about Eastern Europe. Okay. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Here we go.
That's what I'm saying.
It's phenomenal. Love to see it. What are your thoughts on the domination in the 4x4 for US men and women?
It was interesting.
I mean, with
Um,
with with the squads that
especially
we brought.
especially on the women's side, because
Mhm.
quiet as it kept, like I don't necessarily know if we had the best team
Well,
on
we
the women's
didn't.
side,
No, we
but
didn't.
but
No.
but we had 4 dogs, and listen, they was not going past Shamir. I'm just gonna say that
Right.
that wasn't gonna happen.
Hmm.
On the men's side, there was a whole lot of people trying to jostle the US, like sort of
Hmm.
on purpose, because I think sometimes they try to bait us into DQs, but that group wasn't. I The qualifying was bad, and I'll just leave it there because I'm not going to single out any person. The
Hmm.
qualifying was bad in that regard. The qualifying was abysmal in the mixed relay, or the race was abysmal in the mixed relay. But in the final, there was never a question in my brain that we were going to win.
Mm.
Never a question. But I will say this, going back to what you were talking about, Jordan Anthony
Hmm.
is here to stay,
He's here to stay.
and he's not here to participate.
No.
Like, he's the kind of person that once he's beaten you, he probably assumes he's not that you're never going to beat him again.
Hmm. Hmm.
Seems as if.
And I was blessed enough to overhear a conversation he had with somebody else. And so it wasn't in front of cameras, it wasn't bluster.
Hmm.
He has real confidence. It's not.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we think, especially his generation, sometimes they just be talking to be talking.
Yeah.
Not him.
Hmm.
Like he is mouthpiece in, phone books on, Duke's up. Like he is prepared. He has the football mentality and he uses the track. Like that's just real. Like you know what I mean? Like he is truly ready to square up with everybody he actually races. And I think that's gonna become problematic for a lot of fake tough people.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I
Absolutely.
would say he is legitimately pretty tough. Like he's a
Well,
pretty resilient young man.
I mean, if you look at the finals, the times in the final, that is arguably one of the better 60-meter finals we've ever seen. And
And think about what Trayvon did in the semi,
yeah,
Hmm.
right? He sent a
yeah,
message like, yo,
yeah.
y'all gonna have to come get me.
Hmm.
JA was like, cool. See you
Yeah.
there.
I mean, it's one of the better uh we always talk about that litmus test. We're moving from being in college to the pros. What is that first year, that first full year? What are you going to learn? What kind of struggles are you going to have? Like, and so far, oof, he's every bit as advertised, and I it's interesting how, he's already rubbed people the wrong way because he's confident. I certainly
Hmm.
I certainly don't see it as being overconfident. I see it as, I mean, the way he's talking and the way he's carrying himself, we have seen this before.
Hmm.
If these athletes were around in the 90s and the early 2000s in the dog eat dog world that was men and women's short sprinting, oh my gosh. I mean,
Hmm.
I mean, he'd have a fire extinguisher in his hand, right?
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, it's so there's so many things, so many sub stories. I sent a message to the head of Adidas, and I said, "Oh, so the best jump shoe in the world right now is the Adidas Avanti, I see." And then he responds, "Yeah, and the best sprint shoe is let me remember which one it was." But like those are the things that I've definitely paid attention to. Is like, oh, and then the ambition is a new sprint spike. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, but I am happy, that it produced the score the times and the distances that it did. I have not, and while we're talking, I'm gonna see what the final scores were for
Oh,
Mm.
indoors to see who ended up winning out between the massacre in Fayetteville and the amazing show that they put on in Poland.
yeah. I still think Fayetteville's going to be pretty hard to beat.
What are your thoughts, Big League? Which meat you think ended up being a better quality?
Better quality. I feel like that's a trick question. A lot of good things happen. I
Between
say
between NCAA indoors and World
in
indoors.
worlds, yeah, I have to go with NCAA's, but I think it's partially because I was there to watch it. I don't know if
Well,
I'd feel different if I was at in Poland.
see, I think the tops are very comparable, and the top might even be better at World Indoors. But the problem is at NCAA is all 16 people had to kill themselves to get there. So the depth of the meet is better. The
Yeah.
16th place literally had to like sacrifice a limb to get there. So I
Well,
think that therein lies the difference, so to speak.
and I'm thinking, call it even just top three, not podium. The podium scatter plot, I
Yeah,
think,
I get what you're saying.
might be a little tighter at NCAA's.
So this is very interesting. All right. So what did you think was number one?
I would guess it was Fayetteville.
All right. So this is interesting because what I don't, okay, here we go. So here's the thing. Um, there's the actual score from the actual results. And I think that's what we actually have to look at because they're the add-ons based on the level of the meat and all that
Oh
stuff that
yeah.
they add on,
Oh yeah, for sure.
right? So,
So you got no shot to win that because World
no,
Indoors,
no,
yeah,
exactly,
the bonus points are insane.
exactly. The WR score, yeah, all of that, right? So, based on the actual result, World Indoors was 44,796. Second was the meeting in France, February 19th, 44440, 4444, 44440. And then you had, let's see here. Then you had NCAAs,
Wow.
44,250.
Got it.
Yeah.
Those milers.
USA
Just
and
kidding.
yeah, NCAAs was actually ranked higher. Yeah, it was the third best in terms of the actual result, the results from the meet.
Interesting.
So once again,
It
incredible.
just tells you the level of that meet.
Yeah, absolutely.
So again, if you were there and you competed or you coached someone there,
Yes, pat
regardless of the
yourself
result,
on the back.
regardless of the result,
Yes,
golly,
yes, you got
Yeah.
him there. You got him there.
Yeah.
third hardest meet in the world.
Exactly. What else we got, Chu?
So we opened up outdoor. Track is back.
For real? That happened?
That
Oh,
happened.
oh, I forgot. I was supposed to spill the tea.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot
Okay.
about that. I'm sorry.
No, we're good. We're good. I'll be quick. These are things that World Athletics planned on flopping done, but they got leaked. Coaches got word, spread said word, it's got to agents, and now they have literally rolled these things back. But none of what I'm telling you is speculation. This is all factual. Number one, discus, all qualifying discus competitions were going to happen inside a stadium.
Huh?
See,
Inside the stadium.
Okay.
that's a shot at Ramona and anything that resembles Ramona.
Wow.
Number two,
Interesting.
Number two, and this one's a bigger bombshell than that one. Number two, they were planning on eliminating all qualifying standards and going straight world rankings.
Descending order.
They were going to just plop that out like, boop, this is what we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they understand the sheer shenanigans that would ensue?
You've heard me say this on this show 50 times if I've said it once. World Athletics just be doing what World Athletics wants to do. And they are the kings of self-aggrandizement. They force these world rankings on us, and now they're trying to force them to be the only way you get to go anywhere. Like I said, these things were going to just happen, but they got leaked. And too many people were talking about them negatively. So they've been rolled back and they're going to be repealed and people are going to be talking. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And to add to that, and we've chatted about this, you know, the complaints about the long jump and the fact that, you know, I've had so many thoughts since, you know, we've seen, you know, whether it's posts or whether it's people that are just like, can you believe this and this and this and that? And it's funny because most of the pictures that have been posted are not complete. You have not seen the complete rollover, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in its simplest form, World Athletics is trying to speed up the event.
Yes.
They're trying to take human beings out of it. They're trying to leave a board there with a laser, right? That, you know, it's red or green, right? And then there's a monitor, you know, if you want to protest and all that stuff. You've now taken a 20 centimeter long jump board and made it 19 centimeters,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 18.
I was
But
gonna
maybe
say
yes.
just
18,
I was gonna say 18.
right? And um, but then you offer a solution to make the board 2 or 3 times as big. I just can't. I
Well,
can't. I can't.
well, look, let's not stay here, but let's dig into this for just one. I'm going to give you a perfect example of why all of this is absolute.
Oh
I'll share
God.
really quick what I said to you, and you completely agreed.
Yes.
I'm here for the technology, but
Yes.
this is what needs to happen. When your foot impacts the board, the laser goes up.
Yeah.
If your toes aren't through it, it's
Yeah.
fair
Yeah.
because it doesn't matter how
Yeah.
long you can stay on the board and push from it.
No.
That will never make it a foul,
No.
right?
That
This
is.
whole the whole like it's just not
Yeah.
right, and not just that. And I said this at the meet. Look, you've got the camera and the laser this way, right? But you don't have a camera or a laser going this way. So there's an eyeball that decides when you've left the board.
You're
But
right.
there's a laser that decides what okay. So this is why this is relevant. They called a foul on Jasmine Moore at the meet
Mm-hmm.
by 1 millimeter. It was 0.01 centimeters. I can do the math. That's 1 millimeter. There is no way that they use a laser with a standard deviation down to a millimeter.
Down to a
There's no way.
millimeter. There's no way.
There is no
No
way
way.
because that would cost more than the whole meet,
Oh my goodness.
right? She had to foul the next one 0.05. So
Sheesh.
How are they
you
even
got
measuring that?
you got 1 millimeter and 5 millimeters. It's garbage. Both of
It
them
is.
rollovers. It's garbage. And at
Yeah.
the end of the day, like this is what I'm talking about World Athletics. They just do stuff. They don't
Mm-hmm.
talk to coaches, they don't talk to athletes, and then they just act like, well, we said it, so it's right. It's wrong. And I
Yeah.
guarantee you, if you go backwards and look at Mike Powell, 895, that one's probably fair because he's like in the middle of the board. But I guarantee that there have been quite a few really far long jumps that if you go back and did revisionist
Absolutely.
history, right? Not to mention how many
Absolutely.
world records were set without friggin' these damn blocks. Like it's
Yes.
all garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And like, if we're
But
going to use technology, use it in a common sense way. Look, I'm here for the technology, but why are we doing rollovers? That's it. Look, that's just them prototypically doing 10 on the two.
mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
that's why I'm glad that their plans about the all rankings got out. Because guys, I'm just telling you, they don't ever repeal things. And if that ever got to where, without any discussion, we just went all world rankings, bruh.
Well, the other thing that comes to mind is, you know, the point one rule basically takes anticipation out of it. It takes anticipating the gun out of the equation. And I guarantee you that if that was actually allowed, if you were actually allowed to anticipate the gun, I mean, we would see some ridiculous things because, again, you're putting limits on human beings. You're putting limits on the ability to, you know, 3 races prior, time up the gun and be able to get in your blocks and be able to time it up.
That's cheating, Kareem.
Exactly. Exactly. Why would you be wanting to run the fastest race you possibly could? Why? Hello, Clyde.
What's going on?
Good man.
Um, I see I walked into the middle of a good old world athletics rant. Um, is there a
Yes.
specific thing we are commentating on, or should somebody bring up long jump boards just to piss y'all off?
No, I shared a couple pieces of tea on things World Athletics had planned on doing without telling anybody, but the cat got out the bag and they've had to roll these things back. And then the governor, because he likes to rage bait, he brought up the long jump rule.
Fair.
And I happened to be there and watched them call a foul on Jasmine Moore by a millimeter. Like, not I'm making it up. I mean, like literally on the iPad, it said 0.01 centimeters.
That's
Yeah, that one
That's just not a
that
thing.
one that one was crazy to even that one was crazy to watch via Peacock, right?
mm,
Like it was
There was greater white in front of her toe than the amount that was covered by the laser when she rolled over.
yeah.
insane.
The
It's
rollover
insane.
thing is the rollover thing ultimately needs to be scrapped, but that's one of those things where I don't think their pride will allow such
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
But
they don't ever roll things back, man.
the 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 qualifying for championship strictly based on world rankings, we know that they want that.
Absolutely.
We
They have
know,
wanted it since the
right.
beginning.
That
Yes.
I mean that was always the plan, but there would be so much I don't even know the word, metaphorical violence
Yes.
and screaming from the rooftops and storming of the gates.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just not going to happen.
No.
Listen, world athletics can be as Eurocentric as they want it to be. No one's going for that.
Right.
Like they're
That's
just not.
that's why they tried to do it. That's why they were going to try to do it
Right.
and just not tell nobody.
Right. Yeah, no, that one's not going anywhere. So, you know,
Yeah, that's crazy.
So what did he see from outdoors? What big league? What did you ascertain from the beginning of the outdoor season?
Um, that people really held on to what they were doing indoors.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's uh, holding on or actually being strong and quote unquote loading up, but not uh, deflating at all. You know, as you go through the list, the numbers don't haven't really fallen off and maybe that aren't quite linear when you go indoor to outdoor lengths, distances. But considering those who are at nationals didn't typically compete this past weekend, if you're
Yeah.
figuring those numbers are coming into play, you're like, whoa, wow, man, this isn't 3 years ago, 4 years ago, it's 5 years ago. It's just crazy. Just crazy.
Yeah, the start of outdoor every year. The start of outdoor every year is, I don't know the word here. It's just an interesting dance, right? Because the people who were at the championships and doing the things and running really fast, they're not running. Like
Hmm.
they're just not going to run. Even though you could argue, you know, picking your main event, dropping your time down, and guaranteeing that you can now just go work towards the end of
Uh-huh.
May
Yeah.
has some value. A lot of people just typically don't do that.
Hmm.
Mhm.
But what I think is indoor nationals is such a small group of people that everybody else understands, like, hey, at the end of March,
Hmm.
Florida relays, etc., or damn sure by mid-April, all of these people will have stepped out and claimed their 48 spots.
Yes.
Mhm.
So everyone else needs to go on and come
You
on
better
with it.
get on the ball right
You,
now.
you want somebody to say your name, you better get out there now.
Right. And I think over, you know, even over the past 3 years, you can literally go back and just watch the bar is raised
Oh, yes.
every week
Mhm.
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
every year for quote unquote openers.
Yeah.
This year being no different. There's not a lot going on the list right now, but the stuff that's there is already problematic for the boat.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I mean, I'm getting to it now. I didn't because I having my West bias. I just went to the East and the men's 400-meter hurdles. We've already got 350 points.
Well, now see, and there's an example like, hey, we've been waiting to run that.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Like
Like people been chomping at the bit for that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
50-46, 50-71, and 50-76 are the top three marks already.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, here's a what event was it? I need to pull it up. There was one particular event that I just found really entertaining. I want to make sure it was the right gender. Yes. There are 37 humans who have already run sub 21.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Indeed.
But that's the crazy part is none of us are like, oh wow.
no. At this
It's
point,
just the
it's
norm.
it's to be expected. Like it is what it is. You know, I had, I had one of my freshmen, who of course, freshmen are clueless, asked me, "Oh, coach, what do you think it is to get into, XYZ in whatever event?" And I said the number, and that particular person and the people that were standing around them, their eyes all got big. I was like, guys, this isn't a game. Like, what do you
You don't
there?
play track.
Like, there's no 21s. Like, that's been dead for like
No.
5 years.
No.
Like, that's been really dead. So if you thought, if you were getting ready to be oh so proud of yourself for this 21 whatever PB, that's dope. And we'll throw
It's
you a little party in the office,
all
but just understand, like, that ain't it.
You should have reminded them that there will be 21s on the women's side.
Oh no, you know me. I listen. We had these conversations in the fall, and I'm sorry. You know, you can say what you want about this stuff. Individual, like our sport is individual, and you are training to be the best version of yourself, and we all understand that. But this is college, which means everybody's an adult. I am not interested in adult males who are running 47 seconds. Because
Nope.
I just watched women,
Mhm.
more than one,
Yep.
run 47 seconds. So no, if your PB was 48.8 and now it's 47.8, that's great. No one cares. Like,
Keep
it just,
training.
it doesn't matter. So, you know,
Oh man, life is rough. Life is
Well, I mean, how many times have we said on this show, in person, whatever, like track is the hardest sport in the world. And it's the hardest because we don't have contract years. There is
Mhm.
never a moment to chill.
Mhm.
Like someone's always coming to get you,
Yeah.
right? So like you don't get the veteran respect. Like there's no balls for you to get. You know what I mean? Like,
there's a 17-year-old that just won world
Yes.
championships.
Yes.
and then went back to high school for
Mhm.
another year.
Still has another year.
That's what I'm saying. For another year. The high schoolers should just all throw a party just excited that they don't get to race him.
Right.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, to put it in a nutshell, um, we would always have this running joke where an agent says, "Hey man, I'm gonna send you to somewhere in the middle of Spain. Nobody's gonna be there. Just go there. You're the show. Just go, show up, collect your check, move on." You're checking into the hotel and you look to your left and your right and you're like, "Are you serious? Like, are we really doing this again?
Yep.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?" God damn it. You get to the hotel room and you're like, "That's track and field.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is track and field."
Ain't no meets where you can hide.
No.
And I'm sure y'all covered this at some level already, but speaking of the 17-year-old, speaking of Mr. Cooper,
Mm-hmm.
of course what he's doing is ridiculous and all of these things. But not too long ago, when the supposed phenoms of youth are signed pro,
Mm-hmm.
they spent years ducking all professional smoke,
Right.
Correct.
and it
Developing.
torpedoed their career.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever is officially running the Cooper Lukenhouse playbook, bravo.
Yes.
And I mean that from coaching to agents to Nike, whatever, right? Because that kid wants all the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And if the pro scene, I promise you, when he did what he did last summer, ran what he ran, made the team, but flamed out at Worlds. There was and the 800, you could argue, is the best event at Worlds, right?
100%.
Unbelievable.
You know that the group of professionals was like, oh, that's cute. We'll worry about him later. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
No, no, no. No, no, no. He's here now,
You're going to deal with me right now.
right now. And it's a
Mhm.
problem. It's a problem for all of them. Like, that kid is insane.
Yeah, he is.
He's in control. When
Yes.
you watch him race, he is in control.
How
They
tall is
they
he? How tall is he?
I don't know. Coop's probably like
He looks like 6'2".
I was gonna say it's probably 6'1" on route to 6'2". He's right in there.
Okay.
En route's a hell of a thing to say because he's only 17.
Yeah, he's definitely
Like,
still growing.
he might, who knows where he's gonna land, right?
He is definitely still growing. And again, I shared this already with them, so I don't want to repeat it for the audience. But like, I talked with him and his dad on Wednesday. He's the same kid that I met when he was a freshman in high school. He's no different. He's just a kid until the race goes off, and then he's like, "Oh, I got work to do."
Yep.
Like I think his dad and his mindset is like, let's race all the people just to see how good we are.
Well,
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like because I think this is what makes him different. I don't think had he lost, the world doesn't end. Like nobody dies.
Yeah,
No.
no.
No,
He
no,
just
no,
he
no.
just learns from that and goes home and you know what I mean? Like, and so
Right.
like
Right.
the fact that I said this before, the fact that he has gone back to his strategy from high school and it's working on professional adult males is problematic for everyone in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Because like I said, the only person, if I had money and I was allowed to bet, the only person I would bet at this point who could still beat him if he does his best is Wanyani.
Yeah.
Because he is actually faster than Cooper, at least currently.
Right. Right.
You know, that like the only thing that Cooper still being in high school but not getting to race at the high school setting hinders a little bit from what he was doing before is he always had fours and 4x4s in his program.
Mm.
And that's a little harder to do as a pro. So like that's why you saw I don't know if you guys saw that workout where he was running repeat twos and on his last one he ran 2180, which
21.
was his lifetime PB in the two.
Yeah. I
I was
did
like,
see that.
folks, they understand what immediately could be missing from the program, and they have put it into the training because you didn't have to have that before because he was racing quarters and 4x4s all the time.
Right.
Mm.
So like there's a look, he's being handled and developed perfectly, appropriately for his age. He's just really friggin' good, man, and he's really tough, and he's just a really, really, like if he was a stock, I'd tell you buy all of it.
Mm.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
All right. So, as far as 2 months ago, at this point in time in our season, in the years past, we were having to deal with the portal right now. Now that the window is closed, how do we feel like how do you feel it's affecting the athletes? How do you feel like it's affecting your programs?
This is my popcorn moment because like I don't have to answer this, nor could I. So I'm just listening. Like I'm excited to hear these answers.
I will say this. Closing, first of all, the idea that right now people would have been doing portal things,
Yeah.
and depending on what school you wanted to land on, could be in a new uniform by next week
Mm-hmm.
was always stupid and absolutely needed to be over.
Mm-hmm.
So, yay. However, simple fixes will yield more creative stupidity.
Always.
So, this is what is going to happen. And I assure you, I know is happening because it's 2026 and kids talk way too much.
Right.
The plotting of the children
Yep.
is already in full swing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And if I told y'all on camera just the the little bit that I absolutely am aware of, it would blow your mind. Like it's only going to get more chaotic at the end of the year. It will never be football level crazy. Oh, but they're working hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I uh I will second that motion. And um funny enough, until Big League brought up that question, I had completely forgotten that this would have been a nail-biting time for some coaches or for some programs. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you're absolutely correct. Um, especially those that are, they might want to do a master's, or they might want to do a master's somewhere else, or they just want to go somewhere else. not because of anything other than I want to do something different.
Yep.
Um, and so you're right. The shenanigans and the excuses and the telegraphing. They don't even realize that they're actually telegraphing and telling us what
Right.
they're going to do.
Yeah.
That
Right.
it's like, where is the self-awareness? Like, come on, dude. Like, really? Is this where we're going? And I don't need to delve into the bevy of directions and innuendo and all of that. No. But boy, it
Uh,
you're
par-
hiding in plain sight is what you
Correct.
do.
And part of the question was, how is it affecting programs or our programs? I, I will, for the coaches in our industry that watch this show, I will tell you what I've told y'all from the get-go. Just do what I've done. Embrace it
Hmm.
because you can't stop it.
Right.
There is
You
no
can't come
level,
close to stopping it.
there's no level of relationship that you think you have that is going to change this reality.
Right.
And now it's to a point, and I'm telling you, the plots are crazy. It's to a point. Originally it was simple. It was people like myself, programs like the governors. We are simply building the platform for athletes to be shopped from.
Yes.
And I embraced that early. I have seeded
Hmm.
so many programs with athletes across the country. That's fine. But it's to the point now where the big boys and girls are going to eat this same reality.
Absolutely.
So just accept it.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what's happening, like
Yeah.
firsthand.
Hmm.
And it's not even because it's not even about poaching anymore.
No.
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 Like for I'm sorry, I'm not going to say it that way. I have to find a better word. Um, they're sliding in the DMs.
Hmm.
That's the safest I can say it, right? And you're just like, you know, it's not even about how you alluded to like the development and now they're going to level up. Like you're the
Hmm.
former JC and now they're moving to a bigger program, whatever that might be, D1, D2.
Hmm.
Like within conference or cross conferences,
Yeah.
you know, and God bless the athletes who are in the SEC who don't realize that the rule exists
Yeah.
and
That's the one that
still
makes me laugh.
and then still email those coaches
Yes. Yeah.
and then go, wait, I can't do that.
Look, I
There
know I
are
was in school as a caveman, right? But I was a fifth year senior because something happened and I had to redshirt, right? And I remember that whole year going, God, I don't want to be in college anymore. Like I feel too old. Like freshmen are not even people I want to talk to.
Hmm.
I'm telling you right now, 98% of the kids in college are trying to figure out how to make sure that they have a fifth year
Yes.
so they can go somewhere else.
Yes.
that's right.
Oh,
Absolutely.
through and through. And the worst part is that it's the blind leading the blind
Hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
because they're talking to their peers who they not even be their peers, they're only peers because they're adjacent, right? So they're
Yeah.
DMing each other on Instagram or on TikTok and these things, and they're in,
Yes.
how did you get there? How did you do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got auxiliary staff starting the conversation as well, using the word red shirt, medical red shirt, gray shirt, things like that. And you're like, wait, you're not even talking about the right sport.
Right. There are like there are chats that exist between like 100+ people
Hmm.
where they just sitting around like, oh, well, if you do this, then we could do. I'm like, gee, look, man, just embrace it.
Yep.
Listen, just do
Crazy.
your job to the best of your ability and plan all the peaceful exits.
See, we talk about all of this, and then you have the ones that are actually centered that actually have parents
Mhm.
that are still communicating with you in third
Yes.
or fourth years, and they are steadfast and they're thankful. And
Yes.
you're blessed with those folks, but man, it's
I had one. It was nice.
hmm
It was really nice.
I mean, yeah, it's as and I've talked to I don't know how many young coaches that have brought the subject up and asked me how, I deal with it and all of that. And I'm just like, look, you're literally wearing two hats. You're literally wearing a nurturing, fatherly teacher, doing the best you can for these young people. And the other hat is, hey, where do you want to go? You want to go? Okay. All right, this is what you need to do. All right. You need to go to our compliance and you need to go have a conversation with them.
Mhm.
Right. And here's the process.
But get out of your feelings about it. Because
Absolutely.
you're not, because it's not gonna stop.
No,
No.
it's not.
And
It's
I'm
not.
telling you, because that I promise you, there were people who in the fall had the plot, the button ready for right now.
Yes.
Oh, we closed that door. All that did was give them 4 more months to plan an even better scenario.
Oh
Okay.
man.
I'm telling you. So, but the blind leading the blind is the saddest part because
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you have access to the portal, 40% end up homeless.
Yes.
They have data.
Yes.
So,
Do your research.
young people who watch the show, every now and then get in the chat and just be like, you know that 40% of us going to be homeless, right? Just say that and see how many people accept that reality because it is reality and it's been that
Oh
way.
man.
It's been 40% homeless.
So if you guys take a look, I mean, but I know you don't have a home meet that you host, but
No.
like look at the meet programs that you attend in this
Yeah.
outdoor.
Yeah.
Look at the unattached athletes.
Oh
Oh yeah.
yeah. Oh yes.
Oh yeah. That
Yep.
is also growing.
It's
Yep.
unreal, right? And they are looking, they're stepping on the track as a tryout every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And they're
Absolutely.
just as slippery because they're making friends with the people in the branded uniforms
Hmm.
in case shit,
That's right.
in case shit happens.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
In baseball, they call those jicks, just in case. They definitely got it. Like they jicking for sure.
So,
And this has to be said because this is also hitting a level of extreme shenanigans and delusion. As portal shenanigans get bigger and bigger and bigger in our sport, the high school recruiting scene gets less and less and less attention.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Now, I don't blame athletes and parents for this reality, but it is getting so much worse. The delusion level of high school people, parents, coaches, athletes, that is exponentially growing. And because they feel slighted, and they are being slighted.
Mm-hmm.
Let me be clear about that. They are. But if we're telling you, hey, the new rules say there's roster limits. So the number of seats at the table is way smaller. And hey, the rev share issue has shrunk the money at most programs. So there's less seats at the table, there's less money to go around, and there's 30 times more people available in the portal. No, you're not going to get these offers that you think you're going to get. So either pick up your Division two offer or listen to your reality because no one's lying to you.
no,
Right. Yep.
I had just a quick story and then we'll move on. I had somebody who didn't get picked up in the portal. through the December, January window. Reached out for poops and giggles to see what the situation was. And at this point, I'm telling this person, like, you should really consider D2. What you're wanting and what you are capable of, you'll still be in the top 25,
Mm-hmm.
The what?
which is the nationals, which is
Right.
national, right? So, because what you're doing isn't going to be national level at D1 anymore. Like, you missed your boat.
Right.
And this person was like, well, I was really hoping to stay D1. I said, I'm not sure why. Just gonna be honest with you. I'm not sure why. Pride, ego, and I was like, well, you could go to like a mid-major and do that way, but you're still not going to get to the dance. And they were
Right.
like, I said, I'm just being real. I've always been real with you. And they were like, well, and I said, well, if you want to go be the best at that team and that's it, that's fine. I said,
Mm-hmm.
but you're still going to concede. And I said, I need you to really consider this is me talking to you as a parent and as a mentor, not as a recruiting coach. So we'll see what they do, but man, pride, ego, and reality are not in alignment.
The
No.
reality part is because they refuse. Okay, listen, we are all adults, so we understand that when you drive a car across the horizon changes. These kids and their parents think that the horizon is a painting and that it's just the same all the time, right? They got coaches who are also delusional who are telling them if you do this, all the big schools are going to come after you and this and that because they don't understand that the landscape is completely changed, right? The old rap line, yesterday's price ain't today's price. Like, and because of that, like, their kids, parents, and some of these high school and club coaches are saying all of the wrong things.
Mm-hmm.
And they're refusing to listen to people telling them, like, listen, junior college and Division II are legitimately your best opportunities to get what you want. Because what you want is like the D1 shine. Okay, well, you got to go someplace and earn that. Because out of high school, to get the D1 shine, you have to be a superstar. Because you, as a high schooler, are competing against second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth-year college people, let alone the internationals who start at 27, right? Like, and that's not a shot at any of that. That's just the reality.
The game is so upside down. The recruiting game is so upside down. This is the best example, and I will be absolutely respectful with this because though I am king of petty, I am a respectful dude. Here's how upside down the recruiting game is right now. We lost a recruit, a high school recruit. We lost a high school recruit last week that we could not afford nor warranted a full scholarship at San Jose State to an SEC program
Whoa.
that paid the full ride.
Insanity.
Because there's only so many humans available in this particular event area, right?
It's not insane. It
No, I get it.
it is
Right.
it is and this I
And
huge. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
right. I'm just like, hey, congrats.
Mm-hmm.
And in my I'm like,
What the hell?
that's from the SEC's perspective. I'm like, this we're paying for this? Like, okay, cool.
I've had at least two recruits now that have both signed with SEC teams. And I'm just saying to myself, okay, am I missing something? Like, I mean, it's borderline, and it's not for me to say anything once I am the happiest person. Hey, congrats. Congrats to you.
Yeah.
You have done something that very few individuals on this planet can ever say they've done. I just hope that you can keep your head on straight because what you're about to experience,
Well, I mean that's the genesis of the portal chaos.
yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So that was my question for y'all. Um, I was instructed to bring back, what is it called?
Chewing the
Feel the
fat.
fact.
Chewing the fat. Okay, chewing the fat. Very biased on the field events on this one. Chewing the fat. Something to think about. Something to contemplate. As you have concluded, or as your athlete has finished their effort in the field events,
Oh, I know where this is going.
you know, you got your trusty iPad. You start talking and showing and looking, and you're like, please step away from the board. Please step away from the ring. Please step away from the takeoff area. Because what we can't do is see
You
through
see
you.
through you.
And you know what happens? They keep going.
Oh,
So,
oh yes.
Oh,
but
goodness.
it's better. Move away from the check mark too. Just keep going.
Yes.
Just keep
Go
going.
pout in the corner by yourselves.
You know
Just
what?
keep
I
going.
want to pile on. Dear World Athletics, two things. One, the person who is now watching the iPad board, whatever, does not need to be on the same side as the stands because that means they're in front of every person that matters. Two, under no circumstances put a clock, human, or scoreboard in the 50 to 55-foot range on any runway. Because 98% of the check marks are right there. If you could just not do those two things, the world will be a great place.
Well, it's so funny, right? So now I'm just gonna pick. I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick on them because I said it when we were there. Arkansas sucked.
Oh boy, you see
Sucked.
you just took it from me right there. You just took
And I went straight up to Jarvis. I said,
Oh,
educate your people.
why can't we triple jump the other way?
So okay, but hold on. It's not even that because it sucks. It doesn't matter. It just sucks no matter the direction. Girls or guys, it just doesn't work because you've got your display boards
Yes.
and then you've got the rows
Yeah.
of athletes.
Then
And
you've
then
got
if you're
hurdles.
and then you've got hurdles or you got people lapping, whatever it might be, right? And you're just like, okay. And so I don't know how, Governor, I don't know how you did it. Other coaches out there in the world, I don't know how you've done it at Tyson, at all the other meets, right? But I literally am having, I go space markers. I'm like, okay, in Arkansas, your checkpoint is at the second A,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or please don't move those chairs because in the middle of the back of seat number 4,
Yep.
in there.
Yep.
Because it doesn't matter if I flag down. It doesn't matter if I flag up.
Yep.
I still can't see. The only event that you have clear line of sight, the only event is the pole vault takeoff.
Mhm. Yes.
Because the check isn't clear. It's just the pole vault takeoff. Unless a team wants to sit down where they shouldn't sit down.
dude, it's like, I feel sometimes because obviously, look, we've been in a lot of facilities, right? I
Yes.
feel like sometimes they only think about performance. They
Mhm.
do not think at all about
Yeah.
the pieces of the performance, right? The coach,
Yes.
Right?
the
So,
filming and adaptation during. Like,
right.
where do you put like? Look, I'm gonna make you make you really mad, you. So this is why you should be happy you weren't at World Indoors. Okay, we know that they always struggle with where to put people in the high jump. Okay, so the high jump is here. You got right-footed takeoff people that go like this.
Mhm.
You got left-footed people that take off like this. Most of the world takes off like this, so inevitably they put the coaches on this side So you learn when you have a high jumper that goes this way, you learn how to coach them from their back. You know what? That is what it is. Fine. It sucks because you can never sit on this side because there's always something there, right? That's fine. Okay. But when they do that, it's straight across. So you can see the takeoffs, right?
Mhm.
I want you to watch my hand. We were coaching from left center.
That's
So,
crazy.
so as
No
as Kendrick,
perspective whatsoever.
listen to me, as Kendrick put one foot into the turn, I'm now looking straight at his back. So I have no perspective. Like I literally told somebody I should go get popcorn and one of these Polish sausages because I am spectating. I cannot coach him from here. No depth perception whatsoever because literally he's taking off in plane with me.
Right.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, that's like Oregon, right? You're coaching from behind the pads. We were on the
Yes.
phones,
Yes.
like calling, because I'm sitting 5 sections over, and I'm like, he was deep, but I couldn't see anything else because it's I can't see little. Anyways,
That is
so
the
this
one
is
event they don't ever like. They're like, nah, nobody needs to coach the high jump.
no. So
NCAA indoors was the first meet that I had ever been to where I actually picked up my phone to say, dude, you need to do this, this, and this because I can't help you. I
yeah,
am completely
Yeah,
blind.
blind,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know. I was gonna say, how many meets have we been to where the officials start setting up and
yeah,
their backs are to you? So
yeah.
they're sitting
Oh,
at the board.
that's more
That's
than 50% of the time.
that's what I was saying. Listen,
No regard
all all
whatsoever.
officials that are involving in a runway, okay? When you open your eyes and look directly in front of you, if you see athletes, you're in the wrong place. If
Mhm.
you see fans and stand,
Oh,
Nope,
can't hear you.
me neither.
That is a very good
look
pause.
at your
Yep. There he
Okay,
is.
sit on the other side.
sit on the other side. Sit on the
Well,
other side.
and
Yeah.
listen, at regular meets, and I would venture to say even at a conference meet, because I know we've done it literally every year at the Mountain West.
Mhm.
They start setting up, and then three of us will walk out there and be like, bro,
Yep. Yep.
over there.
Yep.
You sit on that side.
On that side, yes.
Like, come on
My
now.
favorite is the person running the time clock that sits at the check marks.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
so that, okay, in their defense, there is a fixed distance or a minimal distance, and they will go
Right.
to that minimal distance.
They go to the
It's
minimal distance.
it's like I think it's 35 meters or 40 meters, something like that,
Hey,
or feet.
hey, it's a suggestion. Move.
Mhm.
So, anyways, I mean, I love you, coaches, and I get it. You want to show, you get excited, but we got to do better.
It needs to be
It's
like baseball. They need to have like an on deck circle. So it'd be like a post deck circle. Like after you've done your thing, right? You go to the circle where you can watch the film.
yeah,
That way you're not in the way, but you're doing what
yeah,
you got to do. Because nobody's going to complain. If you're a third of the way up the runway, no one's going to complain. You're in the way.
yeah. Well, and so respectively, when you're in boxes, you're only at the front of the box of coaches' boxes, at the front of the box when your athlete's up.
Wow.
When they're done, step away. So that's my other one. But
That's just like
that's the
suitcases
fact.
on the carousel.
Yeah, just wait to the back until you see
Just,
yours, and you can pop to the
just
front and
wait
then
till you see your bag.
fall back. Just fat Joe it. Just lean back. Just lean back a little bit. Just a little bit. So, anyways, that's just something I've been it's been on my tongue. Haven't said it. Figured this chewing the fat. Starting indoor, let's set the rhythm, y'all. Set the rhythm.
I know this wasn't a part of the topic, but I have to ask because it's gonna happen.
Oh,
Gonna happen. So, how many hours
oh God.
are you willing to stand in line for TSA before you just say, we're not going?
Nah, listen.
Like
So
the
they sent
team.
ice to 13 states. I'm telling you to 13 airports. I'm telling you right now, if one of those airports was my primary airport, I would consider moving because I mean, Look, I haven't experienced it. I'll be honest.
I was gonna say
DFW,
it's not a thing.
No, no,
DFW was
no.
like, "Swoop."
But okay, so
But
like
Austin
like
appears to
Austin,
be where no one should ever fly out of.
like Austin's crazy. Atlanta is like
Atlanta
Atlanta.
seems to be someplace no one should ever fly into or out of.
Atlanta's not a real place right now. Atlanta is testing the limits of human patience. Someone's going to snap in the Atlanta airport, right? And so I'm getting text messages. We only have
Houston is in the same boat.
Yeah, we only have two meets this year that we're flying to, right? And some of the kids on the team asked me, "Well, coach, what happens?" I was like, "I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If we pop up at the airport and it's anything close to that, we not going.
No, I
I'm,
wouldn't go.
I'm telling you right now, we're not going. Like I don't have that level of patience. I can't do it. Now, we live in the Bay Area. There's 4 airports that we can rock with, right? And whatever for whatever reason they sent ICE to SFO. No one cared, right? Like it's not like
Pick a
no
gate.
one's stunting y'all at
Yeah.
all up there. But seriously, like there are going to be teams
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
that
gonna miss travel.
are
The
not
missed
going to
stuff.
make their
Yes.
stuff. And if you're a big label, in theory, if you had a 3-hour flight, a 2-hour flight, you got the money, you'd be like, you know what, chalk them plane tickets, we just gonna take the bus. I feel like people are gonna do that. But for small people, we can't just chalk the plane tickets and decide to go another way.
Yeah.
Like like people gonna miss meets.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen, sorry, last one and then we'll go. TSA has a contactless ID option.
Yes, they
Go
do.
do that. Go do it.
It's not
It,
bad. I've done
no,
that.
I did it. Well, I did it unknowingly, to be honest with you. I was like, do I have this? Dude was like, yeah. I was like, all right, bet. And it, even faster than pre-check. So go do that if you have TSA pre-check. But nonetheless, sorry, y'all. This was a very, and I use these initials or initials for me, very ADD episode. So welcome to my brain.
If it wasn't said earlier, bravo, Devin Charlton,
Yes. We did.
undisputed GOAT
We did.
Yes.
of the 60-meter hurdles.
We did. We did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love that
With
guy.
all that said, y'all have a great week. I will do my very best to make sure you're seeing this on Friday and not on Sunday. But other than that, I can't make promises.
Not
But
gonna lie to y'all, she was admonished by the governor. I'm just gonna tell on everybody.
I know I was trying. I tried.
Hey, we have paying customers now.
That's right.
Yeah, we do. Look, folks be getting upset.
Oh man. All right. So y'all have a great week and we'll see each other soon. Bye now.